two giants of German football. The return of one of the most intense rivalries in German football. Everything we've lost and we pine for back home as English football fans can be found in stadiums like this, watching German football. I think this sticker summarises what we're going to expect today. Hallo, Fußballfreunde und willkommen in Mönchengladbach. Probably the hardest name of a place to pronounce as a Brit. And of course, welcome to Borussia Park. Of course, we're not here at Borussia Park quite yet. We're here at the former stadium, the Buckelberg Stadion, which of course was the former home of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hopefully I'm saying that right. As you can see, they've got houses developed on this site since it was demolished in 2006. Borussia actually moved out in 2004 to Borussia Park, of course, but many Rhine derby took place where I'm stood. I'm guessing this must have been a pitch at one point, I'm pretty sure, because they've done a really nice job of preserving some of what was the terracing, the curves of that amazing stadium, the Buckelberg. Now, I have made notes, no smoke and mirrors, so apparently there's been 131 Rhine derbies involving Gladbach and FC Köln. Gladbach do have the bragging rights because they've won 60, FC Köln have won 47, and there's been 24 draws. Now, this is often called the Weissweiler derby. Of course, a legendary player slash manager who kind of come up through the youth ranks at Köln, became their manager, left, I think he went to Victoria Köln, and later somewhere overseas, didn't he? I can't remember, but he returned. But of course, he was also a successful manager for these guys, for Gladbach, during their most successful period in the 1970s. So as we mentioned, FC Köln would win the first Bundesliga in the 63-64 season, but Gladbach would dominate in the 70s, winning it in 1970, 71, 75, 76, 77, but who won it the following year? In 78, of course, their rivals, FC Köln. Let's just do a nice scenic montage and a bit of a travel montage as we actually do head to the current stadium, Borussia Park. Let's go. So obviously I've just been in Die Fohlen shop. Now Die Fohlen means the foals. Let me just put context around this. When we came to Gladbach last time, when we went to the Buckelberg last time, we did a stadium tour at Borussia Park. My friend rang me up who's from Cologne, and I just happened to say, what does Die Fohlen mean, mate? Not knowing about obviously the fierce rivalry, and he said the donkeys as a joke. And I obviously took that literally, and you guys weren't too happy. Just to confirm, Die Fohlen, the foals, they're like a baby horse due to that successful era in the 70s when they were like young racehorses, rapid. I think that's what it means anyway. It does not mean the donkeys. And as you saw in there, there's lots of cool merchandise with the foal mascot, which I'm hoping is going to be there at the stadium today. I love a mascot. I love a mascot. I don't know if it'll live up to Kiel's mascot, that evil-looking stork, but yeah, that was the fan shop. Let's carry on. Right guys, if you hadn't guessed already from all the 125 merch in the shop and so on, of course, like a lot of clubs this season in Germany actually, I think Kiel just celebrated their 125th anniversary. Bayern's was last year because we were there, weren't we? Now, as you can see over there, they've made a nice kind of flower display with the Borussia Mönchengladbach badge, and I did mention Die Fohlen, of course. You've got what I believe are the foals, the young horses over there. There's a young kid riding one. I was a bit confused because it's amongst the Christmas market stuff. I didn't know if they were baby reindeers. I really don't do myself any favours when I come to Gladbach, do I? I do apologise. Oh, ein Moment. We've seen our first mural over there. Let's go and check that out. Okay guys, so we've parked up by the fan house. Obviously the stadium's a little bit outside the city centre, a little bit of a drive to the outskirts, which is ironic because a lot of new stadiums are built on the outskirts to improve like traffic flow and a huge number of people coming to these stadiums, getting them in and out really easily. But I have heard that it's a nightmare to get out the car parks here at Borussia Park at the end of the game. Apparently this is one of the best ones, and I'm right by the exit, so fingers crossed. I don't care if I get stuck in traffic, I don't care, but we have spoke to some really nice people. This is one thing that's different in Germany. People, I think, are so friendly, so nice. I'd say they're more friendly. Maybe it's because they hear the English voice, I don't know, and they almost feel like they need to welcome outsiders, which is a beautiful trait, but not as many want to be filmed. So I have spoken to a couple about their predictions, just not on camera. And Gladbach fans feel quite confident, which is a bit shocking because Gladbach have started pretty poorly. And considering Cologne, do I go with the English pronunciation or we'll go with FC Köln, shall we? Obviously they're a newly promoted club back to the Bundesliga and they've started really, really well. So it makes for a really interesting game. I am on my way to the stadium. Let's get some beautiful shots outside the stadium. We've still got about 3 hours until kickoff, so I like to do bits of filming out of the way of people. I hate being one of those vloggers that start sticking the camera in people's faces, even though I have tried back there and tried to get them on camera. Let's check out Borussia Park. Another montage, I guess. Let's go. Again, about 3 hours until kickoff. The police are already in full force. They're not going to let 205 people start tearing it up today. I don't know. Nobody plans to allow violence to happen, do they? It just happens, so who knows? I think most of you will agree with this, guys, against modern football. Even though the Bundesliga like to market the league as football as it's meant to be, we know that some of the purity has of course been lost over the years, but just from the fact that you've got RB Leipzig, you've got Hoffenheim, you've got clubs which get around the 50+1 rule, but it is still a lot more pure than it is in the Premier League, for example. As I said at the start of the video, we come here, we pine for some of that fan culture that we've lost back home in England. And again, I'm really hoping we see something special to show the people back home, as the Bundesliga want us to show football as it's meant to be. Now, there are other derbies, of course, that you might say, some might argue, are more fierce, more intense, bigger derbies. Of course, you've got Schalke versus Dortmund, but with Schalke still at the moment in the second division, the Zweite Bundesliga, we're starved of that incredible Ruhrgebiet derby. Of course, you've got the one the mainstream media like to promote the most, trying to create the new El Clasico, Der Klassiker. We've got Bayern v Dortmund, but I know a lot of you football purists aren't too big on that derby. You've got other ones, of course. You've got the Hamburg derby. Is it the Nord derby, which is HSV versus Werder Bremen? I might be wrong. There's loads of good derbies, but this one is one I've really been keeping my eye on. And I think it's an absolute travesty that we've been covering German football now for around 18 months. We come here every few weeks, and we've yet to see a game involving any of these two clubs. As I said, we came here on a stadium tour, but I've never seen Gladbach play, and I've never seen FC Köln play. So let's right the wrongs and give these two German giants the credit they deserve. Just a quick pit stop in the car, guys. I've just popped into that fan house, basically the fan area pub where all the Gladbach fans meet in there. It's really cool. Although, obviously, Borussia Mönchengladbach have a friendship with Liverpool, Premier League club, of course. You see various Liverpool shirts inside the fan house. I don't want to film too much because, obviously, it's the people's own little wind down area. Even though I don't think there were ultras in there, there's nothing worse than a tourist rocking up. But those people I spoke to, very welcoming, very nice people, and a lovely fan house. I guess I'll see you on the way back to the stadium. Bring it on, Rhine Derby time. Let's go. All right, guys, you come all the way to... Oh, where's mate? You right? How are you?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you. I wrote you
right.
about...
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Who we got? What's your name?
Timo.
Timo. Of course it is. You spoke to me on Instagram. Timo has got some beautiful stickers. What does it say?
It says overglued or oversticked, you fool. It's a Borussia sticker, and I've made it on my own with my dad.
Looks good.
Yeah, and here you go.
Thank you, mate. Like it.
What's your game prediction today?
Okay, I was going to ask you that. I actually think it's going to be 4-4. 4-4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's...
I hope.
it's 4-2 for Gladbach.
4-2. Of course, naturally.
Yeah.
So
Strong
you started
game.
badly. The last couple of games have been better. FC Köln have started quite well for a newly promoted club.
I think we got the flow. And
you got the flow?
Yeah.
You've got the momentum.
Yes,
yeah.
The last two games were very heavy, very good, but I think we have the chance today because it's the derby, and derby always is another game than...
Can we just confirm that Die Fohlen means the foals, which is like a young horse?
Yes.
Because I once rang my friend whilst making a video. I said, what does Die Fohlen mean? He said donkeys.
Yeah.
And that shows the rivalry between Köln and... You naughty person, yeah. Awesome. So you reckon 4-2? Hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
We've got a couple of YouTubers over here, so hopefully for their content, you know. You feel small? I think I'm smaller than you. Are you the tallest?
I'm tallest. 6'2", mate.
6'2". Okay. Okay. So we have a Belgian.
What do you want me to say? Wait. hang on, wait. Josh,
an Englishman. And an Englishman, right? So German football, right? Would you say German football has the best fan culture in Europe? Would you say...
By far.
By far, yeah?
By far.
What makes German football fan culture so good?
The ultra scenes.
Yeah?
It's like the passion, the culture with every club is incredible.
What about the gentle clapping in the Premier League? That's quite good.
Quite boring, to be honest. Yeah, we agree, mate. We agree.
I said I wasn't going to be controversial.
No offense to you, but it's quite boring. It is, mate.
Yeah.
It
is.
is.
Ladies and gents, Josh is debating whether he makes a video today, which it would be a travesty if you did not make a video today.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a controversial reason as to why, isn't there?
Because he's in the guest block.
Yeah, and we got a ticket at literally 12:30 PM today. It's the cheapest ticket on StubHub, Viagogo. So why not? But will I just get absolutely shafted in the away end? I don't know if I get the camera out. That's the question. Who knows?
It's obviously, we're at the point in which this gets
uploaded,
we're going to know. So hopefully, mate, we do. And obviously, you're creating content today for your Instagram, or
yeah.
Cool.
I'm making a video after on Instagram. Yeah.
There we go. Because we bigged this up as we were just saying as one of the most intense German football rivalries, but all we can see at the moment is a very tame, calm, pleasant, happy atmosphere.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a derby day.
It feels very Premier League. It feels like we're at Brighton, the Amex.
Well, let's not take the piss here. The big rivalry is this Sunday. Okay, fair enough.
I want the controversial Aston Villa versus. Maybe we don't go down that road. We don't. Don't want any politics on this channel.
Oh no! God.
Woo. Let's just recover this somehow. Right. Score prediction, guys.
I would say 1-3 for Köln.
Really?
Would you?
The thing is, for a derby day, I always back the home side. I always do. So I'm going to say,
But they're in a bad form.
bad form, but like derby day, the form goes out the window, mate.
You're
So,
playing the
come
role of an away fan very well, though. But Josh, maybe you shouldn't do this video.
on. Yeah, maybe not. I think 2-1
Okay.
Gladbach personally. I think they're going to do it. And they've won 2 games in a row now. Maybe they're gaining a bit of momentum. Derby day here. I think they could do it, but I'll keep that quiet because I'll be in the way.
You'll be in the way. Ladies and gents, just if I say anything controversial, just keep an eye on this face over here. Just send your hate
This
towards
one.
Josh. YouTube Fusion Josh. You already know that. You probably subscribe to me because you've maybe watched Josh's videos, and I've come up in the recommended. I'm just the riffraff. You're the steak dinner. I'm the side salad.
That's a great way of putting it, but I disagree.
I'm just a drink.
You're a beautiful sauce.
That's a brilliant way of putting it.
It is quite fitting. It's quite when people hate British people for turning up and ruining their fan culture. I mean, we're here vlogging away, being typical tourists, so maybe we call this quits and you guys get in the away end.
Maybe
and
we should part ways, mate.
Yeah. So, Prost. Here we go then, guys. Nice little taste test of the Gladbach bratwurst. We've got ketchup and mustard. Beautiful. They all taste the same. They're all really nice, really good.
Ansicht der Bilder liegt ein Foulspiel der Nummer 32.
Der ersten Hälfte. Neuer Spielstand im Borussia Park. Borussia Köln.
Right guys, a thoroughly entertaining first half, as expected. Missed penalty from Borussia Mönchengladbach, of course. They would score moments later. We're right next to the Cologne fans, of course. They're making lots of noise. But when you look across and you see the ultras from Borussia, they're making just as much noise. Pyro from both sides, choreos, everything again you'd expect from the RHEINDERBY. Slower start. I mean, one thing that always blows my mind as a British person is the fact that you would have noticed that we've got Cologne fans mixed in the home section. Like, I know it's normal in Germany. I went to Schalke with Bochum, and obviously there were Schalke fans, or maybe there wasn't. Maybe I'm misremembering this, but I've definitely been to many games whereby there's away fans mixed in with the home fans. And a lot of you said, well, maybe it's not a high-risk game. So I'm like, all right, fair enough. But this obviously is. It's a derby, and they still allow it. So I know we're not in the ultras blocks, but again, it would never happen in Britain. If you're known to be a fan of the away team, everyone around you will moan, get security, and you'll get thrown out. Again, different football cultures. I guess that's why we're so disliked. I don't know, we're not that disliked, are we, us English people? But I'm very much enjoying this, and I'm very much enjoying the fan culture. Again, just because I say something like it's weird that the fans are mixed doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It's just something that's different. What will the second half have? Who knows? Really, really unpredictable. Could go either way, even at 1-0. Bring on the second half. Let's go. Right guys, I've got a Krakauer. Just looks like a bratwurst to me. What's the difference? Let's find out. Spicy?
Durchsage an unseren Gästeblock. Natürlich gilt auch für die zweite